I don't get it. I really don't. This show just doesn't take any risks. It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't like to do anything surprising. Like, it doesn't like to take a story that it seems like it's going one way, and then all of a sudden it doesn't go that way, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen next. It doesn't do anything special with it. It just, meh. This was a very meh episode. I'm really disappointed. Because, to be honest, starting off, I had a picture in my mind of what was going to happen. This girl, she escapes, she goes to them. I figured it was going to be them just searching the whole time for this guy with this girl. Things happening between them. You know, him almost killing her several times. And at the very end, it was going to be a showdown between the FBI and him when he's got like a gun or a knife to her or something, threatening to kill her. But they didn't do that. Halfway through the episode, they capture him. And like, okay. Like, that was very easy. What are they going to do now? And I had all these things running through my mind. I'm like, what if he has an accomplice? What if the girl is actually behind it all? Like, what if she is actually manipulating him, controlling him into, like, kidnapping these girls? What if what if something extremely insane is going on right now? Like, what sort of twist do they have up there? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The rest of the story is just finding out where this girl's... Apparently she had 2 daughters after being raped by this guy. And the rest of the story is just trying to get her to come out from under the Stockholm Syndrome that she has. And get her to tell them where her kids are. That's it. That is the rest of the story. And not only that, but they so completely just rushed through the ending that there was no emotional payoff whatsoever. This guy is trying to cut a deal, which I'm sitting there thinking, okay, this guy, how did you find out about this guy? You found out that he was taking care of this house for this old lady. Okay, makes sense. Why not do that to find out where he's keeping the girls? Obviously, he has another house. Why not have Garcia go through the list, find out who's still alive, find out which houses, are definitely something suspicious going on? Because she said there were like 100 houses. I'm just like, you can narrow that down a bit. Narrow it down to people who are not dependent. She said there were 12. I'm like, okay. Go through those 12 houses and find out which one has the suspicious stuff going on and go. Like, why couldn't you do that? Why do you have to cut a deal with him? And he's sitting there saying, if these girls don't survive, it's on your head. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, you are asking for a lot. You're asking for a low security prison. You're asking for not life in prison after everything you've done. And you want to see the girl that has Stockholm Syndrome again. Am I the only one saying, hell no, hell no, hell no? Like, seriously. I've watched this show a long time. And never before have I seen them give in so easily to such drastic demands. Like, I've seen some demands that they kind of gave into, but they controlled the situation, so it wasn't too bad when everything went down. But this one was just a disaster waiting to happen. This guy should go to prison for life. A hard prison, not some easy living prison. Possibly the death penalty. And should not at all see this girl again. And yet somehow they're just like, yeah, let's do it. But let's bring the parents in after, for some reason, whenever they hug, we know that that's going to trigger something in her mind that's going to make her back away and say, no, I'm not your daughter. That was handled really poorly. Like, he hugs her, he's like, you're so beautiful, Violet. And then she, like, flashes back to this moment where he's like, you're so beautiful, Violet. And she's just like, I'm like, what? Wait, that's how she realizes that this guy is evil? Wait, what? Bye, Felicia. Okay, obviously I can't stop the review right there. But seriously, that's how it ends. That is how she gets over it. No explanation whatsoever. They hug, he says, "You're so beautiful, Violet," and she has a flashback to him saying that at another time, and she freaks out like he's evil now. And I'm like, what? That was horrible. That is the worst resolution to a case ever. And then they bring in the parents afterwards, and she's just like, "I'm Amelia, I'm Amelia, I'm like, okay. Obviously, you don't care how you want your story to end. Obviously, the people that wrote this episode just went, alright, guys. So we've written this really kind of twisted case. It's going to be a bit emotional at times watching this girl, seeing her struggle through all of this. How do we need to end it?" I got something. Alright, Jimmy, what do you got? Hey, how about she just realizes it because... What was I saying? That's a great idea. Let's do that. Let's just have her realize it just because. That's genius. Nobody's going to question us. Right? I mean, we are the writers here. Nobody's going to question us. Let's just write it how we want. She's just going to realize it because. That's why. No explanation needed. I hate this. I really hate this. I love this show so much. This season has been very good so far. Like, some exceptional episodes. And a couple of iffy episodes. A couple of good episodes. This one was horrible. Such a good premise. Such a good turn of events to have it not be a whole, we're searching for this guy the whole time and blah, 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 blah. No, they catch him, and now it's about this girl, and we get to see kind of the after effect of what this guy did to her, and now she's trying to find her daughters, and that could be interesting. I know I was just talking about, how there wasn't some huge twist. I would have been okay, because I'm watching this, I'm like, this is kind of emotional. Like, this girl's seriously messed up. But the way they end it is so cheap and rushed that all of that emotion is just gone. And even the way they resolve everything else. The stuff with the parents, they're talking to, like, after she has her little freak out, they're talking to Morgan and Spencer. And Morgan's just like, it may take some time. And the dad, like, goes in and is just like... And I started laughing because it was so stupid and awkward. I was like, is this a comedy now? Like, is that what they were going for? Were they trying to do some comedy there? Because he was just so like, "Let me give you a hug, young lady." And she just like, stands there like, this isn't what we rehearsed, guys. This isn't a part of the script. Like, my character's supposed to resist a little bit. No, what the hell? Nobody cares. And that was it. That was the resolution. It may take some time. I'm just going to go in and hug her. You probably shouldn't do... No, I'm just going to do it. Watch. This is going to work. Hey, look, it worked. Throw my hands up again. Who cares? And then they're walking the guy out. And the girl that was kidnapped who died, her mother, bam! Because nobody checks hospitals for guns anymore. They just let anybody walk in with any weapon on them at all without checking it all. Yep. Why? Because they needed a resolution with this guy. Because sending him to jail wasn't good enough. They had to kill him. They couldn't even wait until he got out of the hospital, where guns probably would be allowed. She's like waiting in her car, and then walks up and bam! That would make more sense. At least that could be like, okay, so she shot him because her reasoning makes sense. The way it happens, and the way it's talked about, is pretty much, one, guns aren't allowed in the hospital, who cares? Two, hey, it's revenge. Not vengeance, it was revenge. Who cares? I'm so... obviously I'm very frustrated. And it may seem like I'm really just... It may sound like I hate Criminal Minds, but like I said, this show has been so good this season. So to see them take this episode and really get some emotion out of it and take it a different way than I was expecting, just to rush through the ending and completely take away all of the emotional impact, just really frustrates me to no end. I just don't have words for how dumb that is and how unlike this show that is. Because this show normally, when it has a good premise, it delivers on that good premise. Like, they've had some bad premises before, and those are the episodes that I was just like, that was mainly last season. Like, some of the episodes were just not that good, but it wasn't because they did something stupid. It was just the villain wasn't all that interesting, and the case wasn't all that interesting, and they didn't focus at all on the team itself. It was mainly focused on the serial killer. And those episodes just weren't that interesting, and the premise all around was kind of iffy. This one, very good setup. I like the fact that it's not playing out like a typical Criminal Minds case. And then to just throw it all out the window, just to wrap up the story neatly and nicely, like, little bow on top, you're good. It pisses me off. I can't believe they would do something like that. I've got nothing else. I've got nothing else to say about it. I mean, that is my problem with this episode in a nutshell. You have a good premise to build your episode upon, not following through on any of it is just not Criminal Minds at all. So, the other frustrating thing is we have a week off on Criminal Minds next week after already having like 2 weeks off leading up into this one. So it's almost like I'm stuck with this bad episode taste in my mouth for a whole week off as I wait for the next one, which actually looks pretty interesting. But I don't know. I don't know why they did what they did, but it was dumb, it was stupid, it was really forced and rushed, and not at all what I've come to expect out of this show. So, that's my opinion. What's yours? Let me know down in the comments below. Did you hate this episode as much as I did? And are you hoping to see more out of the next episode like I am? Let me know. Leave a like and subscribe for more Criminal Minds. And I will see you at the next review. Peace out.